Hi and welcome to Discipline Mastery. I'm Alicia Jan and I'm here to help inspire you to find the discipline in order for you to achieve massive success. About a year ago, Will Smith posted on his Instagram story about self-discipline. This story was actually what inspired me to create Discipline Mastery because his whole idea and concept of discipline was something that I needed in my life in order for me to get to where I am right now. I absolutely love Will Smith and he has inspired me in so many different ways. But in this Instagram story, he starts off with saying, I believe that self-discipline is the definition of self-love. I think that this is an important concept that many people don't really understand because they think, as he says later on, that self-discipline is a bad thing. When they think of self-discipline, they think of punishment. You're doing something bad, you're not doing something you're supposed to do, and essentially it's just given a bad connotation when in reality everyone needs discipline in their life. And that's why there's like this school system that always disciplines the students for being late. You get a tardy and whatnot, you can get a detention, you write sentences, you go to Saturday school. There's a reason why those disciplines aren't there, so that way you can teach yourself eventually to discipline yourself. There's only so much that society can get discipline you. You need to take initiative and start disciplining yourself. And the whole idea that self-discipline is self-love is often overlooked. The way he describes it is that when you are self-disciplined, you love yourself too much in order for you to do this small little task that's going to make you hurt in the future. So for example, say there's a piece of cake. You want to eat that cake, but you love yourself too much to eat that cake because you know you have that goal of becoming that real fit person you want to be. So you have to say, I love myself too much that I'm going to discipline my behavior to not eat that cake in order for me to achieve that long-term goal of being the fit person I dream to be and that I will be. That's what self-discipline and self-love is all about. It's foregoing immediate pleasure in exchange for long-term self-respect. That's the whole idea of self-discipline and self-love. And I think a lot of people wonder, well, how do you love yourself? Well, it's a long process, and that's for a different video. But if you want to actually love yourself and to discipline your behavior and you want to get to that goal, it all starts with your mind. A powerful quote that Will Smith says is, you cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind. Think about that. The world is so big and vast and there's so much that needs to be done, but how? How in the world are you going to change the rest of the world if you can't even start with yourself? It starts with you. You need to lead by example. Be the start of a chain reaction. You start loving yourself. You take control of your mind to tell yourself, I love me, I love me, I love me. And then you start disciplining your behavior so that way you're taking action and it shows that you love yourself. When you love yourself that intensely, the love will spread. It'll start spreading to your family. It'll start spreading to your friends. Then it'll spread to their family and their friends. And it's just a chain reaction. Start with loving yourself and you'll just be fulfilled and happy and so loving that you can't help but to spread that love everywhere. So start with yourself. Start small. Impact your own life. Love yourself. Discipline yourself. And you'll see that eventually you'll start impacting all these other lives and that you'll be able to eventually help the rest of the world. But it all starts with you. You need to be the one who takes initiative and start disciplining your own behavior because you love yourself. Love yourself, discipline your behavior, get to that dream goal. That's what you need to do. Focus your mind to love yourself in order for you to get to the discipline, in order for you to achieve massive success. Now you may think, this is really repetitive. You're saying this over and over and over again. Well, it takes at least 3 times in order for me to get that into your brain. So remember, use your mind to remember to love yourself. And when you love yourself so much, you're able to discipline your behavior in order for you to achieve the massive success in the long term. So you today need to start disciplining your behavior. Do that thing you've been wanting to do. Do that thing you've been pushing off, that you've been saying you're too lazy, you don't feel like it. Those are excuses. Do it today. Do it now. Turn off this YouTube, leave this video, and start working on yourself. Do what you need to do today, and do it now.